Hi, my name is Shawn Shaler. That's my friend Chris Ford, aka The Objective Geek of YouTube and Twitter fame. And this week, I'm gonna call it a light surprise. A light surprise that we had a game trailer and a reveal trailer dropped on us for an Avatar: The Last Airbender game, and we've not seen it yet, so we're gonna live react. Not gonna share it on screen. We just gotta pull it up on our phones, and we're gonna watch it. We're gonna live react. What's that?
I've seen it. So.
Oh,
I thought I told you I've seen
it. No. I'm like, whoops, like it would have been fine. I'm not intentionally trying to lie to people, but like it would have been okay.
We as a unit have not seen it. As in, all of us have not seen it.
As a collective.
Yes.
I've seen images on Facebook and things, but I've been very careful to avoid videos. So you're getting the true live reaction. I'll have my volume turned up. I'm sure some of it will seep into the microphone here. Not necessarily by design, but Chris, we're not going to watch it right away because, I had to ask you how you're doing first. How you doing, buddy?
Fine.
You recently went through a slew of birthdays in your house. Did you and or your family members have good birthdays?
Wait, did you know about my mom's birthday or something?
Was that like a month ago where you had to eat cake for like 8 different kids? No, you don't have 8 kids.
Oh gosh, that was last May. Yeah.
That was in May?
I didn't. Yeah.
I guess we've only recorded once between now and May.
I was like, what are you talking about, Shawn? You talking about my mom's birthday?
No, listen, I didn't know it was your mom's birthday, but you know what? Happy birthday, Chris Ford's mom. She's probably a big fan of the show. I sat by. I don't like pitching our show to people kind of cold, so to speak. But I sat on a plane the other day by a kid who he had a bag with Dragon Ball Z, like a shopping bag, like an official store shopping bag, with Dragon Ball Z on it, like a licensed shopping bag. He was watching Avatar on his phone. And there was something else he was doing that was like blatantly like, you should just tell us, like, hey, I got a podcast. But then if I start off the flight that way and it makes him really uncomfortable, I have to sit next to him for several hours. So I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah. You gotta lean into that. Savor it.
I could have pitched it at the end of the Delta, for the record, Delta flight. Delta's lovely. By the way, I agree with John Mulaney on many things, but not on Delta. That's several years old. That's changed since then.
True.
Chris, we talked a little bit about Tears of the Kingdom. Still playing a ton of it. I don't really have a good reason to bring it up other than I still just love it.
There's a great reason to bring it up in this episode, Shawn, and I'm going to bring it up a lot.
There is a great reason. Is there? Wait, are you meaning in the fact that... Is it because it's a video game?
No, because because the Avatar Quest for Peace video game was kind of pitched as like, oh, it's going to be like Breath of the Wild, like the same type of cell shading and stuff. So
we need it to run on the Switch, is what I hear you saying.
Yes.
We need it.
How much money do we want to spend on? Zelda seems to be doing fine. They're not trying to go for amazing graphics.
It's not amazing, but it is big. But that's different. It's not.
All right, we'll get into that. We'll get further into that. But yeah,
good
I just beat Tears of the Kingdom. Amazing finale. Great ending. Probably my favorite ending to a Zelda game. Although the thing I hate about Zelda games is that after you beat the boss, it just pretends like you didn't do that, and I hate that so much.
Oh, like to drop you back into the plus content,
it just drops you back to right before you beat the boss.
I like games. I do like that as like a new game plus content or whatever. I do kind of like that, but I kind of like games that give you a choice, and I'm specifically thinking of Dragon Quest VIII. Of it straight up asks you right before the final boss. It's like, are you sure you want to end this game? Right? Like, and it kind of like hints of like, if you go back now, like you've finished the story, but you haven't finished it. Like it's letting you have the new game content. I don't know if I'm describing it very well. I do like it though, because it makes me feel like there's still something to play for. But I would prefer if I haven't like beaten the boss and seen the ending and then get dumped back in right before then.
But you can just like I like there to be some finality. I like characters to be like, oh, thanks Link for defeating that thing, or not defeating it, or
What if nobody has any
but
problems for you to solve anymore? They're like, Link, can you? You know what? Never mind.
thing is,
I'll
these
take care of it
problems,
myself.
all these problems still exist, even after Link would have defeated Ganondorf.
You find a Korok seed, and they're like, eh. It's
Yeah. Anyway, don't want to go on that time. That
no.
your
You're right.
introductions
You're
are
right.
so short,
Chris,
and
yeah, that's yeah.
I'll
We're
go off on a
gonna
tangent.
we're keeping it short today because I'm out of patience for this weird day. Chris, let's dive into the review, and you tell me when, and I'll hit play.
Uh, Okie dokie. Can I do this? Do you still see me?
No, I see a gray screen, but I see your icon
That's
on the
fine.
gray screen.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Wait, PlayStation song? Anyway, three, two, one.
Play.
Water, earth, fire, air.
Oh yeah, there's a strong resemblance there.
See,
Oh,
I just have a feeling. I mean, it looks. I don't know.
so it looks. I don't know how to say this without sounding insulting because it doesn't have to be. It looks good, but like thinner or kind of flatter in the characters
Definitely.
and the animation than like a Breath of the Wild if we're gonna, compare to something recent. But that doesn't mean it looks bad. It looks a little less full, a little less intense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm
Okay,
so
so
excited.
I had you go ahead because you might be more excited than me.
No. I'm just so excited to see a trailer for the game and to
Mm.
see it like it fits. My initial reaction is just that it fits. It feels good what I saw in terms of like a game meeting this world that I love and what they show me. It fits.
Okay.
It's my gut reaction.
I think it could. I'm not enthused from. I am underwhelmed from
Okay.
this. Wish I was just whelmed, but
You,
I am underwhelmed.
can you just be
Uh,
whelmed?
that's a whole running joke in Young Justice. Like the
Yeah.
first episode, Robin is like, "Everyone, stay whelmed," and then because he has this thing about words, he was like, "If disaster is bad, is Aster good?" Because usually, and like you tell people, everyone, say Aster, be in the Aster.
We want to
Anyway,
keep things at an Aster pace right here.
yeah.
Chris, tell me why you
So
didn't quite meet the threshold of whelmed.
two things. Well, three things. The first thing might be the most important thing. The maker of this game is Game Mill, and they also did that Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl, and
Kart racer.
their their level of I don't know.
Bad
Their
G.I.
level. One
Joe.
thing. Their level. Yeah.
Mediocre
Their
All
level
Star
of
Brawl.
yeah.
Okay, so kart
They're just not
racers,
high.
the All Star
They're
kart
just not.
racers are weird because the first one is really bad. The second Nick All Stars kart racer is better than you would ever expect, and that's Game Mill. And then I believe, stop me if I'm wrong here, Game Mill is just a publisher, so I put a little less stock than like a repeat developer
Oh, okay.
in a repeat publisher. Don't quote. Let me look that up actually while I stop interrupting you. But I think Game Mill is just the publisher. Let me check. I interrupted you. I apologize.
No, you're fine. So
It's
yes, I
okay.
don't have that much confidence in that developer or whoever
They don't deserve
they
it.
got. um, like this isn't going to be a Hogwarts Legacy
Yeah.
type of. Dang it! I got monsters on. Anyway, this isn't going to be type of Hogwarts Legacy. Even that critical acclaim. This feels like those Avatar games that came out on the Wii years ago, for better or worse. So I'm a little apprehensive on that point. The second thing that makes me a little apprehensive is oh the fall. 2025 date. I'm sorry, the fall 2023 date. That tells me that if they can make that date, I feel like this game was just announced like a year or 2 years ago,
And I
maybe at
gotta
the
be honest, I
most.
kind of forgot about it. It's one of those things that like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
games come out. Okay, great. Like, I,
like so if it was announced like a year and a half ago, maybe they were already developing it for like 6 months. That's still like 2 years ago. That's not a lot of time to make a great game. Games, typical like really great 8 out of 10, even 9 out of 10, even 8 out of 10 games take like 3 to 5 years, even 4 to 6 years to make. And this doesn't feel like that. Like it's going to come out in the fall, which is in like 3 to 3 months. Summer's almost over. We only got like July left. So that tells me that they're not really putting that much into the game. The thing is, though, is that I'll probably still like it because I like the Legend of Korra game, and the Legend of Korra game actually I think looks more polished than this does. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it does.
yeah, because Platinum Games as a developer just has a
Mm,
good development history. I guess it's a very very respected developer. Which, Chris, I'm using as a segue to say, so Game Mill is just the publisher, and so it's important to note that while they, that's still like Game Mill having bad taste in games is still like a piece of empirical evidence, but the developer is Bam Tang Games, which I'm not familiar with. But for what it's worth, they did make the second kart racer, not the first one. They made the second and third kart racer, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mega Battle, which gets very mediocre reviews, so that's not super helpful. Very mediocre. This game and some other things I've never heard of. So they're super small developer, at least from what I can see.
yeah.
So that doesn't inspire a ton of confidence, but just seeing like Kart Racers 2 and not Kart Racers 1, like I know that there's a person in there that knows a good game.
Okay.
They did not make All-Star Brawl, for whatever that's worth. And again, not that that game was bad, it just
Yeah.
wasn't
It
good or
just needs more
interesting.
polish. And I feel like this game is probably gonna lack the polish. Third reason is so I love Tears of the Kingdom. It is in Breath of the Wild. It is proof that you don't need super high graphics to have a beautiful game. But it might be hard to replicate because I'm not seeing the overwhelming beauty. I'm seeing like, oh, that's like a nice image. But like Breath of the Wild is like a beautiful game, and Tears of the Kingdom is a beautiful game. Like even when you just walk around and you can see every blade of grass. Sure, that blade of grass isn't like detailed and stuff like in a PS5 game, but it's beautiful.
What it is
And I'm not sure
they're
I'm getting that here.
textures, producing textures is an intense graphical load. And think games like Breath of the Wild, like it's very beautiful and it's very detailed. It lacks those textures, which is
Hmm.
probably what makes it okay to run on the Switch. I'm not tech savvy enough to know that for true. So if somebody knows better, let me know. But I believe that that reduction of textures is what gives it that, I'm going to call it slightly cartoonish
Yeah,
look, but it's still very detailed.
yeah. And even though Tears of the Kingdom is kind of cel shaded, the characters still have a warmth and feel about them in the same way that Avatar the show has a warmth feel about it, even though it's 2D with, of course, they do, shadowing and stuff in there. And the backgrounds have such great depth. Same with Legend of Korra, more so with Legend of Korra. I don't know. Just from this trailer, I think it's a little bit lacking. And then I came with the fourth reason that I was thinking of. Fourth reason is that I don't. I think the fast travel system. And this is a speculation on part. All the locations seem like very specific locations, as if you have like 8 places to go, and so I have a feeling it won't be like an open world. It'll feel more like a Super Mario Odyssey, where you just like, oh, I want to go this place, and you just select it
Sort
and
of
you go there.
levels within a world that the levels themselves are kind of
Yes,
open.
yes, I feel like it'll be more like that. Which I guess that's whatever. That's fine. It would take a lot of work to make the type of game that I would absolutely love uh, for an Avatar game, and I'm not sure what to put in here. It's just
Well,
like whatever. I'll wait until I can get it for like $25.
that's fine. I will probably do the same, just because that's how I am. I will agree with your points about halfway. So, like,
Okay.
the graphically, I really liked what I saw, except for the character models. There's something about the character models that just felt
Uh huh.
a little too. I keep wanting to say flat, but that's not the right term. But there's just not enough detail.
I
They
think
feel
it's right
unfinished,
enough.
kind of. But the rest of the graphics, I kind of liked what I saw. Being the game mill thing, I would say it's a little nerve wracking, or game mill slash Bamtang. Like, how big or good can this game be in a year coming from that developer? A little judgmental, but I like empirical evidence, and there's not much positive there. I could live with an Odyssey style game, especially if that allowed them to make a
Yeah.
good game in a reduced, like on a reduced budget or reduced time frame, reduced, system demands, and it was still done well. I could live I wouldn't hold any grudges about that, but that's not there. Again, we'd have to see it, right? Like, okay, it is levels based, but is it good, or does it feel very detracting from the experience? But I like the fit of Zelda-like puzzles with various bending elements. I like the idea of like Team Avatar, just combined with the sort of exploration, right? That just it fits. It feels natural to me, and it's a world that we already know. So I don't know if it's good or bad, but like when we were playing Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, like prior to those games, you didn't know the world that they gave to you, right? We didn't have like set maps of what things are supposed to look like in Hyrule that carry over from game to game. But like here, I think maybe it'll be a bad thing. I don't know, but it feels nice to have this is my expectations of what to see in this world and how it should feel. So I'm excited for that, but maybe that'll turn it to be like a bad thing if it doesn't meet our expectations. Yeah. But no, I'm gonna say I enjoyed what I saw in the trailer, and it feels like a good fit, other than just maybe some minor aesthetic choices that I don't love, but I understand. Like an indie, it's like an indie 3D game going for like the minimalism as opposed to the Zelda 3D game, which again, I know we're comparing unfairly, but
it's an unfair comparison. We're talking about a first party.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a game that we've
cornerstone
ranked among our
IP.
favorites of all time already. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
it.
I'll cut a little bit of slack, but even so, I still think compared to, this should be better than the Legend of Korra game, because Platinum is a small. I never heard of Platinum before that game. To me, they're also a small.
They are small, but they had wildly successful things before Korra. Let me pull up, see what we're working with here. They were like Platinum might be Bayonetta.
Okay.
And I think the first one might have been pre-Korra. Let's see. Mad World, great. Bayonetta, well, aesthetically great. Bayonetta, great. Vanquish, great. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, the stupidest named game ever, but a game people like. Bayonetta 2, Legend of Korra. So they maybe small in terms of content, but
yeah.
But all of those were their previous. That's their early examples, and that's all grade A development. Maybe not sales.
Well, pick a better developer. Got to put this in the hands of better people.
That's probably the biggest point is Avatar Studios, you have such a cool, beloved property that clearly sells. We have proof that people will go out of their way to buy Avatar content. Why not? Why not pick a better developer?
Yeah. I feel like they felt like it was a risk and had to go.
Save
or
a few bucks or something.
ICOM or Paramount has a certain deal with Game Mail. So it's like, if you're going to make a game, make it through here.
And I don't know, for as much as we talk video games, I don't know the relationship of, like, Game Mill gets Nickelodeon licenses.
Yeah.
In the United States, at least. They seem to get a lot of those. But are they going out and like picking a developer and be like, "Hey, we've got the Avatar license. What can you do for us?" Like, are they like, how does that? I don't know that relationship of how they decide, or is it just, "Hey, we'll give you the smallest percentage of the cut that we've offered to everybody else. We take it." And they're like, "Yeah."
You know what's also my point number 5? Why I'm a little apprehensive is that this isn't new. This doesn't seem like any new story. Like it's retread.
It did seem like still young Avatar, right? Like we can't place it too.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can place it too specifically based on what we saw, but it's like same
like
age
probably book
characters.
book 2. I don't think it was beyond book 3. I'm looking at it. Like Katara's outfit seemed to be her season 1 outfit. Aang's outfit was definitely season 1 and 2. I think Zuko. No, Zuko had season 3 outfit,
Book
but I
two,
doubt it even goes beyond book 3.
book two lends itself the best just to like exploration, right? Like it'd be easy to. I'm gonna call it pigeonholing at like an extra side story in there that would still be big enough to merit a game into book 2. I feel like.
Oh, yeah, that's where it'd have to be at.
It's a reasonable guess. Wait, what did Zuko look good or bad in the trailer? He was in the trailer, right?
I mean, fine. Yeah.
Did he look bad?
No, I don't think so.
Does that move it further forward?
We'll see.
Only so much we can judge on that front, but it definitely looks like same time frame. So, what else are they
Oh,
gonna
you
tell?
meant, I'm sorry. Did you mean good or bad as in his
Oh, as it no,
moral?
like a character is. Are we getting turned Zuko or old Zuko?
Uh,
Because it looked
okay.
like a playable character at a glance, which makes me feel like,
He did
oh, well,
look like
that's
a
book
playable
3
character.
Zuko.
But he looked like a book 3 good. I don't know if he was good
He
because
looked playable for whatever that's worth.
he looked like book 3 Zuko, like right when he joined Team Atlas.
So, yeah, okay. No, Chris, your cautious optimism is appreciated. I'm relatively excited, but it's definitely not I would, especially from not a commodity that we know and trust on developer or publisher side, and because I did pay 40 whole human dollars for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
I did too.
I will probably wait, and if it's
I-
good, here's the thing: if it's good and it maintains its price, okay, I'll pay it. It's good, fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. Otherwise, it'll drop, and I'll buy it just to have an Avatar game.
Man, I say that now, but I also bought an Avatar role playing game that I have little intention to play.
I'm telling you,
I
you gotta
kind of
come.
bought that for the book and the art itself.
Well, and thing about role playing games is like they've been popular since 1976 or something like that. So like, people aren't gonna stop playing role playing games anytime soon. No, you need to come sit in on a D&D session just to, I don't know how, like, wet your whistle or whatever on seeing how that stuff goes. I'll play it with you. I don't know if we'll find 2 other friends who will play it with us
Oh, I've got people that say they're willing to play.
in person.
No, not in person.
But it's a physical RPG, like you. No.
Oh, is it? Okay. I don't know.
Didn't you buy like a physical version? Have you opened it?
Yeah. But I
Right.
figured like whoever the dungeon master is, the DM, can just have the book. I don't know, John. I don't know.
Okay, so
I
you
don't know
can.
the.
So D&D is doable digitally because it's existed for so long. There's so much content and there's a lot of money behind it. Like they've made it digitally accessible, but like to really enjoy it,
Okay.
to really enjoy a game like this, in person would be better. But if we gotta go digital, we'll go digital. I mean, I'm still gonna show up at your house uninvited, one way or the other, but we'll go digital with it. Yeah, Chris, I'm excited. I'm glad this trailer did come out because, like I said, I kind of forgot that this thing existed, frankly. They announced a lot of stuff at one point in time, and I don't keep track of it
He
very well.
did. Yeah. I don't either.
But
And the thing is, Mike or Brian, it was Brian, said that it was like there's gonna be a time where there's like nothing, and then there'll be a time where there's just a whole bunch of stuff. So
1 year-ish ago, we got, Avatar Studios. and a lot of things associated with that. So, yeah, quiet phase now for a while. Thanks for watching Avatar: The Last Podcasters. My name's Shawn. That's my friend Chris Ford, a.k.a. The Objective Geek. If you live in the Northeast Kansas region and we want to play an Avatar RPG with us, comment below. Let us know what you think of the trailer as well. We'd be interested in your feedback, hear whether or not you're excited. Forgot what else I was going to say, so thanks a lot, and we will see you next time.
Not even a peace sign? Looks like doing bunny ears.
But who were you giving bunny ears to?